I guess it's pleasing that you guys are competitive, but you want to go one further, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely. It's obviously a good sign that that's kind of happening, and there's progressions in that regard. But we're out there to win. We wouldn't be playing and wouldn't be doing what we do if that wasn't the case. So yes, there's been some growth and improvement, but there's still a lot more to go. So yes, some excitement, but the final step's yet to kind of happen.
I guess it can be a danger to celebrate losses too much, can't it?
Oh, there's no such thing as celebrating losses. Yeah, it's there's been a bit of positivity, I suppose, spoken about our losses, but for us it's a bit different. We're out there to win, as I mentioned. So yes, we can take some positives, but yeah, the win is I suppose the most important thing, and that'll never change.
What's the key areas to turn around, Richard?
Well, I suppose that consistent four-quarter performance and just finishing off a few small things. If we continue to bring the effort and I suppose that attack on the ball, just the way we move the ball, a few little errors here and there can hand them some easy goals and stuff like that. So if we sharpen up a few of those, I suppose, areas of our game, then instead of them scoring, we might score, and then obviously that correlates to the scoreboard. But a lot of things happen in a game of footy, so there's not one simple answer.
I think Fagan spoke about it on the weekend, 9 and 17 from turnovers at same kick. Essentially, it's just not really good enough from turnovers, is it? So that's one area that you got to look at.
Yeah, as I mentioned, there's a lot of aspects that make up a whole game, but 9-17, that's a lot of shots. So something that we have spoken about and we'll focus on during the week. But yeah, it's a small, I suppose, piece of the pie.
Richmond, you'd have to consider yourself a good chance in that one.
I suppose we go into every game giving ourselves a good chance and that positive mindset that we can match it with any side, but they're playing pretty well. They've obviously 3-0, good start to the season. They've beaten West Coast on the weekend, who are, I suppose, considered premiership contenders. So they're in a great position, but we're excited about playing here in front of our home fans at our home ground. It's always a terrific game against Richmond. They have a lot of supporters up here in Queensland, so we're excited about a big crowd at the Gabba this Sunday.
Leper in the coach's box, does that mean anything?
Oh, when you run out in the field, it doesn't mean anything. No, it's you kind of you versus them in terms of players. So I'm sure we'll have a bit of input during the week. He obviously knows all our players, bar a couple maybe, but doesn't change much at all. No.
Look, search him out for a handshake after the game and say good day.
Oh, you don't really, I suppose, shake the hands of the coaches. Not something that I've ever done, to be honest. But yeah, I suppose if he's around, then why not?
Considering how well they have started, this could be a bit of a season turner if you can knock them off. You know, self-belief, home crowd. You know, you don't want to put too much pressure on it, but it could really be a bit of a red letter day for you if you can get them.
Oh, as I mentioned, we go into every game, no matter who we're playing and how they've gone the weeks before, with that mindset that we can match it with any other team. If we didn't have that, then what's the point of being out there, in my opinion? So even though they have started the season really well, it's a good opportunity for us to go out and show the crowd and our fans that we are improving week in, week out, and we're learning from previous weeks. But as I said before, we can't wait to I suppose, get out there and I suppose play another good opposition and test ourselves in front of our home fans.
With the coach, with Fagan and stuff like that, is it still a bit of a work in progress? Or, you know, how do you sort of perceive the process so far and what he's trying to achieve with you guys? Do you think there's a lot of upside to where you're going?
I think we've taken some steps for sure, but I think there's still a lot of upside in a lot of areas of our game. No matter how well you play as a team, you can never play a perfect game. There's always things you can pick out from games that have happened that you can improve here or there. There's no team plays a perfect game, and no team will ever play a perfect game. So there's always upside, but yeah, with our list and where we're going, I think there's a lot of upside, and that's kind of what we're focusing on. Yes, we'll learn, but it's important to learn from not only your mistakes but other guys' mistakes. That's what Fags drives, is that learning environment, that growth environment. So that's what we take out of every game.
The first 2 rounds, you came in for some heavy criticism yourself, but then it's fair to say that you silenced the critics on the weekend. And were you happy with your own performance?
Oh, it was improvement, but it's just one game. We played 22 games and hopefully finals in a season. So yeah, one game's one game, but I'm glad that I did take that, I suppose, small step. First 2 weeks were disappointing, but I'll definitely take a W over anything else. So yeah, it's not so much about me. It's about the back of having, I suppose they had faith in me and encouraged me throughout the week and gave me a lot of positive reinforcement. So it's a whole combined effort, but it was nice to take a little step.